This, my friends, is the ASUS ROG PELTA wireless gaming headset. It's not particularly showy, it's not super feature-packed, or it's not even the best in class. It's basically as invisible as you can get, and that's exactly why I like it. The ASUS ROG PELTA retails for $155 in this single colorway. There's no like white or purple version or whatever it is. Maybe down the line they'll have it, but if you don't mind black and silver, this is what you get. At least there's this like Aura compatible RGB on either side for some color variability for what it's worth. Bluetooth 5.1 on board with AAC and SBC, and in the business end of things, 50mm drivers on each side. The weight is 311 grams without cables. Battery life is really strong, 47.6 hours running at 2.4 gigahertz or 63.1 hours with Bluetooth on AAC. And both of these were tested at 65% volume. And both, by the way, exceeded factory estimates, which, as we all know, tend to be on the enthusiastic side. Something to bear in mind, the plastics, they're really well put together. The assembly lines are nice and tight, and I like the contrast of the gray and the black here, but they do scratch kind of easily. So if you tend to manhandle and throw these in your backpack, like, you know, any gaming headset, these will scratch pretty fast. And it doesn't come with a case in the box, unfortunately, or any kind of storage case. So yeah, you definitely had to be gentle with this in a way. They have mesh ear pads on either side. They are replaceable as far as I can tell. You can pop them out of slots and pop something back in, but I haven't found any kind of replacement or third-party pads on Amazon or anywhere, or even on ASUS's website for what it's worth. Now, there is an elastic tension band at the top for adjustment. There is like nice padding at the top here, so when the elastic band stretches over your head, it just touches nicely on the soft material at the top here. It's very generous. Now, I'm not sure, and we'll talk more about this in a second, will this elastic band stretch out over time? That's my biggest question. Now, on the side here, on the left side, there are manual controls. They're all on the left, and probably to cater to users who have their right hands busy. With their mouse, what do you think I was talking about? Get your dirty mind out of the gutter, guys. The controls are dead easy to use. There is a volume jog dial, dedicated one that just does that, and it's flanked by two buttons that accept single and double taps, and also the top one does hold. When you press it down when there's no media playing, it turns on and off the RGB, and then when there's media playing or whatever it is, or if you're in the middle of something, you can mute, unmute the mics as well, internal or the boom mic. Comfort-wise, this thing is fantastic, guys. I can wear these for hours, and it's like wearing clouds on your ears. It's really that good, and breathable too, especially with this kind of heat and humidity going on right now in the summertime. And the aperture is nice and wide for most ears, I can imagine. It's really nice. Now, included in the box, you get this case, and don't be mistaken, this is not an actual carry sack or anything. It's just to protect your headphones, which is really nice in terms of packaging. But I guess in a pinch, you can use this as a carry sack to protect it when you throw it in the backpack or something like that. There is a boom mic. You can remove the windjammer. There is no RGB for this to tell you whether it's mute or unmute, or there's no like dedicated button for it either. And we have the Supernova 2.4 gigahertz dongle right here. It's USB-C right there. There's no like converter in the box either, so something to bear in mind. You might have to get your own. We're outside doing the Bluetooth range test, guys. Thank you for joining me, and I have one of my favorite artists, Leanne LaHavas, playing Bittersweet on my OnePlus Open right there, sitting at the end of my deck, piping audio through Tidal into the Peltas. And we're gonna walk from the back of my house towards the side, and we'll see how well the signal handles itself. There it is at the end of my deck right now, 25 feet away, direct line of sight, so no issues as expected. But we're gonna walk around the side here, and usually by this window we'll start hearing some kind of signal interruption. Nothing. Yes, very nice and strong. So let's speed this up a little bit. Still going strong. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just got something there. There we go. We're about, let's see, about 65, 70 feet away from the phone. So that's not bad. Yeah, it's quite bad right now. So it just went from great to just nothing. So nice job, ASUS. You can see the fit of these on my head, guys. I kind of look like a cone head in it right here and everything. But I'll tell you what, putting this on, it just sits right on. And it's just so, we'll talk more about comfort in a bit. But obviously, also the other thing is, don't take this running. There's very little compression force. One thing about this thing, even though it's really comfortable to wear, it doesn't press against your head very well. So if you like to like shift your head around, see, just a little bit like that, it pops right off. So you know, there's that.
It's not like you'll run with this, but I just want to show you how
This thing handles wind into the mics.
not bad at all. No noise suppression, or very little if I can. You just barely pick up on it.
But you can hear the sound quality with the Windjammer on. This thing is very nice.
If you speak at a normal volume, if you're a louder speaker, like right now I'm trying to
Project into the camera as well. It peaks quite easily, as you can tell.
testing, 1, 2, 3. As traffic passes by, here comes another car. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
And oh, let me do the door slam thing. Right here we have a car.
Ready, set. How's that? Yeah, so with the Windjammer on and without the Windjammer on, they're quite similar. There's a slight
compressive digital compression kind of thing going on at the higher end of the frequency range.
But it's very slight. As long as you speak like at a normal volume, this thing is very nice. Now let me take off the Windjammer itself, and you hear there's slightly more of that compression sound,
but very, very slight. So, you know,
not much difference. If anything, I mean, if you're not talking directly in the mic, you can take it off.
And look at this. Look how nice the mic itself looks. A lot of manufacturers, the moment you take out the sock itself, they're kind of just plain Jane, but this has like chrome accents and things like that on both sides. It's really nice. So
there you go. But anyways, oh, there's no internal mics, so there's, we're not going to be able to test that anyways.
Tell me what you think about the sound quality down in the comments. I like this very much. So again, nice job, ASUS. Man, wow. If I were to give out an award for the most comfortable headphone in pretty much any category, this would be it, guys, or at least in the top 2 or 3. This kind of lightness, I wouldn't blink an eye if this was a wired headset, but the fact that it has a heavier battery and wireless componentry in it makes it all the more impressive. Switches, multifunction buttons, and dials. This is how it should be done, guys. It's easy to differentiate just by touch alone, unlike some other headphones that have buttons that all look alike, all in the name of cohesive design, but totally fumble in the ergonomics department. Now, if there was a small kink in the armor, I would say it would be the mute button itself. Having to search for it by feel with your fingers when you need it super quick is not as immediate as, say, a separate or distinct button location, such as on the outside on the ear cap here or on the boom mic. This thing has surprising stock sound, and in a good way, guys. The elevated bass treble, which is expected for this genre, is quite energetic for music and games. There's composed punch in the low end, although I would say the Pelta doesn't play in the sub bass very much, even if you dabble with the EQ, which means those wanting lots of weight and oomph to their explosions and bass drops probably want to look elsewhere. Mids, especially anything between the 800 to 1600 Hz range, is clean and composed, which helps to complement the treble nicely. And because of all of that, there is a good amount of nuance to things like sword clashes, trumpets, and other high frequency sounds. But I personally feel that the tuning could use a little bit more sparkle to really make it extra special. Now, I did notice that there's not much difference between standard and surround sound found in the Armoury Crate app, but the good news is that the inherent spatial awareness of these headphones, or the ability to hear the direction of effects like footsteps and blast of fire around your headspace, is pretty darn strong. But that being said, the same tameness in the details hampers my ability to hear subtler sounds, I think, which can affect reaction times. As it is right now, Pelta is supported by the PC version of the Armoury Crate app only. Now, Android and iOS mobile versions do exist, but the headphone itself still isn't supported yet for some strange reason, and I thought it was just an early review unit thing, but it's been months, guys, and still nada. What, no love for mobile gaming or wireless on-the-go customization? Come on, ASUS. The lightweight plastics lend to the whole comfort factor, but they also lend to some really hollow and cheap feeling ear caps, I'll tell you what, which also accentuates handling noises quite a bit. So if that bothers you a lot, you might also have to look elsewhere. I'm not sure why ASUS limited adjustability with just 2 tabs on each side when at least 2 or 3 would have catered to a wider range of head sizes. Like I mentioned back in the specs, one look at the elastic headband on this thing, and dude, I can already see it looking sloppy and loose after a year of use. Like this black diamond headlamp, it was like this before, and now it's all wrinkly and old, and it also kind of reminds me of stretched out underwear waistbands. you know what I'm talking about. The ASUS Pelta, this thing is discreetly good for the money, even if the MSRP puts it in the same busy conversation as, say, the Logitech G733 or HyperX Cloud Alpha Wireless, and so many more out there. I feel like this has enough chops to not get lost in the shuffle. I mean, it sounds good, wears extremely well on the head, solid low latency via Supernova, the controls are pretty much bang on, and Armoury Crate, in PC version at least, is useful yet not obtrusive. As we heard earlier though, they should have built in more adjustment points for the headband, sub bass is weak sauce, but other than that, the Pelta is a really solid addition to the whole gaming headset list. Ooh, yes, look at that RGB. And that was my take on the ASUS ROG Pelta, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks to ASUS for sending this over, but in no way did they affect this whole video or anything like that. But more importantly, thank you so much guys for watching this. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, drop a like, subscribe, and reshare this channel with your friends. Let's blow this channel up and everything. And again guys, remember to do something loving and kind for somebody in this world, because guess what? If you haven't seen the news, the world needs it more than ever, and it starts with you. Yes, I love y'all very much. Peace out and God bless.